Thanksgiving 2020. COVID year, so great. Okay, I'm gonna get straight to it. This is for my children to remember in case they ever need to know how to make Thanksgiving mom style. Also, Dad will be here later. All right, so we're starting with making some cranberries, fresh cranberries, which I know, I don't even think my daughters really care for, but we're gonna make them anyway because I like them. And these are some bag of cranberries that I've had in the freezer. So you boil a cup of water and a cup of sugar. I'm not putting that much sugar though because it's too much sugar. And I've never done that before, so I hope it works out. So you boil it, and then I'm going to cut this open, and I'm also adding some oranges because my mom does oranges, and so I thought, you know what? Because I can't spin it with her, I'll add what she likes in it, and then I'll feel like she's kind of here. And that will be a delicious first start of the meal. So here are the cranberries in the pot, and there's the sugar in there and the oranges. All right, so here's my cranberries. Had to add extra sugar because I didn't put enough and felt like they were going to be too tart. So these are done, beautiful, and ready to go into the fridge for tomorrow. All right, so we're back and had to clean up from the cranberry creations. And now we're going to make sweet potato, some sort of sweet potato casserole or some sort of, not casserole, but sweet potato pie or creamy deliciousness is what I'm going to do with it. So these are, I'm only going to do two, again, because not everybody loves them, but I love them. And we're having a small party. So, and when I mean small, I mean like mom, dad, maybe a daughter. Okay, so you have to pierce these so that the liquid comes out of them when you're cooking them in the oven. I roast them in the oven, and then I peel them, and then we go from there. So it's a little hard, but if you have something kind of, this is an old stick, metal stick from like, I don't know, from a million years ago. And then I do both of them, but there's probably, you could do it with a fork, or maybe there's some sort of device out there. I don't know if there is or not. But it's very crucial, because otherwise, I don't know what happens if they don't get poked, but I'm sure they cook faster because all this juicy yumminess comes out of them. So I'm gonna stick them in my toaster oven over there for about an hour, and then that's kind of like the prep part. Again, this is for tomorrow's meal, so part of the Thanksgiving meal. Again, this is one of those dishes that my mom really enjoys, so I never really liked it growing up, but now I feel like I kind of have to have it because she liked it so much, and not that she's not here with us, she just can't spend it with us. So next, we're gonna make pie crusts for either pumpkin or pecan or sweet potato. I'm not sure, but I know I need the pie crusts. So I'm gonna use my special Cuisinart that I just got a couple of months ago during my quarantine. And you need 2 2/3 flour, a cup of butter, should be unsalted. I don't have unsalted, this is really good butter, but it's salted, and then I'm supposed to add a teaspoon of salt, so I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just wish I had unsalted butter. And then some ice water, half a cup of ice water. And you put it all in that blender, and it makes a great pastry. Super easy. I love that dog. I'll show her to you later. Lulu. So here's me making the pie crust. Measuring. I don't know if this will make it into the video or not. This is 2/3 of flour. You can't see because I'm my own cameraman. But you have to do like this, and you got to slide it off and get yourself 2. So there's 1. I got a little dog underneath my feet. And then it's cooking with dogs in the kitchen. It's really very distracting, getting very upset. All right, and then I cut my butter, and I use this. You're supposed to use a cup of butter, and I use this. This is a really cool little tool. And it cuts the butter so you have a lot of little pieces, because you're supposed to have a lot of little pieces. Okay, so we're back, and I worked on some pie crusts, chilled it, and then I rolled one of them out, and it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good enough. And now I am taking out the sweet potato and chopping it up like this. I think we'll put it in the Cuisinart and whip it up because it's a little fibrous, but it'll be delicious. And I should show you my pie crusts. My station's over there, but I'll show you when I'm done. Right there. So, I don't know. I can't imagine a pie is going to hold 3 cups, but maybe. Oh, I need to see how long you cook this thing. Hold on. Gonna go get my pie crust real quick. Yeah, 3 cups. $3.50. We are going to add 1 more cup. I buy my pecans at Costco, so I've got lots of pecans. One more cup in there. That in there. Stir it up. All right, putting this baby in there. Oh, I wonder if I'll keep this video. I want to watch it later. We'll see. Probably have so much food in my stomach. I want to watch this for a long time to come. Look at that. Okay, sorry about that. Now we're gonna make, well, in between these pie making things, I'm gonna make the maple pecan sweet potatoes, which is from November 2009 Cooking Light, which I like to use. So, they're not my recipes, but I picked them up, so it's like they're my recipes. Okay, we're back. This are my ingredients for the maple pecan sweet potatoes, and they're not exact. And I've noticed that about myself. I don't always make the exact. I go under on sugar and salt a lot of times. And the ingredients I like, I make sure I go all the way, like the heavy whipping cream, and the vanilla, and the cinnamon, and the allspice. Well, I kind of winged it on that too. And so I'm gonna mix this all together. And you know what? I feel like if you get the essence of the recipe, you know, like the ingredients, it'll work well enough. Of course, unless it's like baking, then you can't help yourself. Oh, I got low battery. Anyway, I am gonna put this all together. It's already not looking great because I put too much of everything. I don't want to show you until I mix it real good. But when I do, it's going to be beautiful, and then I will show you the dish, and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and we're going to bake it tomorrow. I'm not going to bake it today. I hope that's okay with the recipe. I have no idea, but the more I do today, the more I can relax tomorrow, even though I really don't have big plans. So I took the turkey out of the brine, and now we're just drying it because you gotta have it super dry for it to brown properly and cook properly from everybody I read. tells me this. So we're drying that, and then we're also going to put it on a bed of onions, carrots, and celery. That's just to make the gravy at the bottom. And then we have all these herbs. So I have sage, thyme, parsley, and some rosemary from the plant I cut down. So we're going to use all this to make a butter herb mixture, and we're going to rub it all over the turkey. And then we're going to fill it with some onions inside, and then we're going to cover it and drop it in the oven. So it's going to take a little while. It takes a little while to chop this all up, but I wanted to make sure you saw this. So, okay.
All right, welcome back to Mom's Turkey Dinner Kitchen. So I got the honor of making the softened garlic lemon zest with lemon juice and herb butter. Turkey brined all night in a lovely salt, pepper, lemon, I can't even think of all the stuff. There was allspice in it, and that brined all night. So it's ready to go. It'll be super juicy, and make sure we're going Gordon Ramsay butter under the skin. So this should be awesome, of course. And we're gonna follow his cooking instructions as well. It looks like he does a pretty good blog there, and it looks amazing. So we're gonna give it a shot. So just kind of cooked at a very high temperature like Mr. Ramsay wanted, just to get it started and start browning it at 425 for about 15-20 minutes, I think we did. Now we're adding some broth to help it stay nice and juicy. The temperature's down at 335 right now. Now we just want to slow cook it. We might end up putting some foil over it. We don't want it to get too brown until it's ready. So we'll cook it uncovered still for a little bit.
Right now, Sandra Lucas, she is making our boxed stuffing. I know what you're all thinking. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta be convenient. I made all the other stuff by scratch, and if it's good enough for my mom, it's good enough for me. And I'm pretty sure she uses that from time to time. So, what you doing, Pete?
Well, I'm just basting. We're about done. The meat's around, it's over 160 in this breast. I'm gonna do some more checking. I'm gonna check the thigh meat, legs, but we wanna just keep it baked. All right, this turkey is done. We're down to the breastplate. We're right at 166, 165, 166, it's there. So, and that's at the center, deepest spot. So we're good. It's ready to rest now. We're just gonna let it sit here. It's gonna rest at least an hour. We were watching Gordon Ramsay, and he cooked with the chefs out in France, and you know, they would let it rest 2 hours and 3 hours. Kind of crazy just for sitting out, but I don't think we'll let it go that long, but we want to at least go an hour. So we're gonna let that sit, and that gives us plenty of time to do the mashed potatoes and the green beans and everything else. So we are good to go, and we're gonna let this beautiful golden brown bird just rest now and relax.
All right, we're back, and I'm starting the potatoes. The turkey's resting. The sweet potato, the dressing, and the green bean casserole are going in the oven. And I'm starting the potatoes, and I am making a kind of a rustic style potato. And so, sorry, I forgot to cut one of them. So I'm using russet potatoes, and I kind of left some of the skin on. So I gotta cut this last one.
I think that's important. The whole rustic is that some of the skin is still there.
Some of the skin is still on there, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I want some texture in my potato, so that's where I'm gonna do it. Which, you know, I'm not gonna have them all smooth and nice. They're gonna be kind of rough and chopped. So, well, once you'll see. So right now you put the potatoes in a big pot of water, and I put too much water in there. And you put it in cold water because you want it all to come to the same temperature as they cook. So you don't want it in hot water. And we're gonna have a soft boil on these potatoes, which should take about 20 minutes. So I put too much water in this thing, so empty that out. And then we'll be back on the mashing and the making of the gravy.
All right, Andrew's got the casserole out. The green bean casserole. So what did we put in there so far?
Green beans,
Green beans with some,
onion, and a can of mushroom soup.
and so are you gonna do the French onion, the Campbell's French onion, dried onion thing?
It's already in there.
Oh, it's already in there.
Yeah, it's the classic.
The classic
We'll call
green
it
bean
the classic,
casserole.
yeah.
All right, cool. So while you're stirring it, and then you gotta cover it and cook it some more?
Just says to stir it, and then you put onions on top till it gets crispy. And that's it.
And you're done.
That's it.
And you're not gonna cover it.
I don't think it'll get crispy if I cover
So Dina just put in the stuffing, and she took the stuffing back out.
I need to erase
She's moving the racks from turkey to the platters. So there goes the stuffing, there goes sweet potatoes, and Andrew will be putting the green beans back in, and we'll be done. I had to turn this on because the turkey was right in front of the camera, so I just had to show it off.
Okay, hold on. So
It's a golden
this is
brown.
what the turkey was sitting in, which is all this yummy.
Oh, for
And
the
so
gravy.
I'm gonna heat it up with some flour and start mashing it, and then I'm gonna start making a gravy out of this. So that's
Wonderful.
what this is gonna be.
So you can turn on both burners and just get the whole pan hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this. Ooh,
A little hot from the oven.
that was a little hot.
That's right by the oven vent. So
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do, and I hope I do a good job. So
you're going to do a fantastic job.
gravy's kind of one of those
And
things.
we'll be back after this brief commercial break.
All right, so inside the cavity of the bird was some lemons and some onions. So I'm gonna take those onions and put them in here with the other gravy and everything. Actually, I'm gonna cut them up a little bit more and then put them in there and use that for the gravy. So it's coming along nicely.
We got everything all kind of mashed together with the drippings, which are delicious because we used a beautiful garlic herb butter under the skin of the turkey, and we were basting the whole time. I put some broth in the bottom of this pan while the oven was on and the turkey was roasting, so we got some extra steam and juices, so it's very, very good. So this is what's in here. We're going to heat this up. Then we will strain out all the big stuff, obviously, and we will turn it into a great gravy.
Okay, so the big piece that was here, that was cooking, that I added the flour to and Pete mashed. Now I drained it into a sieve like this, and we're gonna extract all the juice from it, which is unbelievably delicious. There's so many flavors in this thing, but I'm gonna mash it down as best I can, get as much of the liquid out of this thing, which is just so fantastic. So just wanted to make sure everyone saw this, because it wasn't the traditional way I would make a gravy, but it's still, I would say, even better because it's got so many other flavors in it besides just flour and butter and drippings, you know. It's got all these other aromatics, as they say. It's gonna be pretty darn delicious. Okay, so we drained the potatoes, we put them back on the stove, a little bit of heat, and we're just gonna try to get some of the water out of the potatoes. So just for a couple minutes and get these nice and dry. And then we're gonna add some melted butter that I have here. I love that I'm at an angle.
Oh.
and
There?
then we're gonna add some cream, some salt and pepper, mash this baby down with my husband's strong arms. And this is gonna be so delicious. Sharing little secrets that we've learned along the way.
What do you have there, Andrea? Oh, the sweet potatoes with the tiny marshmallows melted. Oh, that looks beautiful. Perfect accoutrement to the turkey dinner.
It's so pretty.
It's very hot.
Awesome side dish. Awesome, girls.
Potatoes.
What did you like the best?
favorite?
The stuffing
Stuffing and the potatoes.
with the gravy on top. And just like a spoonful of cranberry sauce in between.
I ate the dressing first, which was weird, but I couldn't help myself.
Turkey.
And the turkey and the gravy was really great, and everything. Then even the sweet potatoes, because it had that awesome, like, sugary and the cranberry with the tartness. What'd you enjoy the most, Pete?
Definitely the turkey with gravy on it, but the sweet potatoes, when I ate the crunchy little tiny marshmallow that was browned and roasted on top, oh my god, it was like having dessert in the middle of dinner. It was so good. That was the best. That was a great surprise.
It was, here's my big head. It was really great. I enjoyed it a lot, and I wouldn't do it any differently. So, enjoyed it so much. How's it going, Peter?
The not so pretty ending of the Thanksgiving, but you know what? It was absolutely worth it. It was wonderful. It's a great meal. And then you take your stovetop apart and you clean all the pieces. The best part of Thanksgiving is the love and the sharing through all the stress.